Hi everybody, Army P here for eXplorminate, and welcome back to my ongoing Let's Play of Stellaris 2.0 with the expansion Apocalypse. So a quick recap from last time, we've been extending our borders, and if you remember, we were going to get a new colony. We're colonizing a planet. And we also unlocked our western front, so without further ado, let's get going.
An alien empire is making contact.
The Lagan Cruise Compact has made contact with us. Why do I get a funny feeling that the western flank is going to be jam-packed with goodies? So, the Lagan Cruise Compact is honor-bound warriors. He says, Archon Slug Rabdib sends regards from the ruling counselor of the Lagan Cruise Compact. We hope for a productive relationship with your people, but be warned that our military is going to respond to any transgressions near our space with a maximum force. Well, it's good to meet you too. Look how many planets this guy has. I've got my 2 planets. I get the funny feeling the tactics in 2.0 has changed drastically. It used to be that if you wanted to maximize your output for science, you didn't necessarily colonize so aggressively with your planets because it increased your tech costs, of course, right? Not so much now. Not so much at all. It seems like the AI is really hell-bent on colonizing as much as they possibly can. Let's take a look. I'm going to go for a destroyer, by the way. I want to get my military up and going. Well, we got the Sputnik's got 3 planets and, ooh, a wormhole. Oh, it's a disabled gateway. Interesting. So he owns a disabled gateway. Under the right tech, he will be able to do something later on with that. Now, it looks like they've got 4. The Solarians have 3, and we've got 2. And we're not even developed our second one yet, so it doesn't look like he has closed his borders to us yet, but I don't really see... Oh, there's a little area that we might be able to slink out here and kind of envelop them if we really wanted to. Okay, construction ship, we are going to mine that. And I really want this here. So we're going to continue on. So yeah, we are jam-packed. You can see here, like, you know, the Sutherians have gotten a defensive alliance with the servitors. That's interesting. I didn't expect that, especially so soon. And what's interesting, oh, I got research. What did I research there? Global energy management. Excellent. That'll keep our energy up because I'm actually hurting a little bit on the energy side. What are we going to do from here? I think I'm going to go disrupt. Disruptors are good, but I like my kinetics, which also aim at disabling shields. Oh, wow. The disruptor actually does, if you look here, disruptors used to do shield penetration or shield damage. Now they do shield penetration. Interesting. Yeah, we'd give that a shot. Why not? Now, where was I? Oh, right. I was going to try to get some food going. It doesn't look like that's the case. If I got +3. Okay, so if I'm going to increase both of those... So, oh, I'm lacking 25. That is just lovely. Okay, so if you see what I did there, I want to get my energy going up. So my planetary right now is at 10. This will give me, the energy group will give me 2 plus the 2 that's on the spot. So that's 4 in total. It'll give a total of plus 10% to the planet output, which will give me another 1.4. So that in itself should take me out of my danger zone while I'm colonizing. Now, you'll notice that I've actually got a minus for my food. I just did that because temporarily I'm going to be upgrading my hydroponic base. Good to go. Alright. Now we get to choose what we're going to go with next. Colony development speed. Interesting. I really think I should go... I'm kind of curious. What other planets do I have? So I've got this plus 23, or sorry, there's 23 size planet that I get there. And I don't really have any other planets. I probably should get that right away. So we're going to take exploration, or sorry, expansion for my next go. I'm kind of curious. I really don't like Gamma Draconius Prime. Wow, that's an awesome name, but I think that I'm going to take the Gamma out of that. There you go. Draconius Prime. Okay. Wow, we are really boxed in. Funny, it's because when we're talking about that that defensive back between them two, these two nations, the Synthoid Supervisors and the Solarian Alliance, I'm actually shocked by that. Okay, I'm gonna pause it for a second because typically the Machine Empires don't have very good relations, and I'm kind of curious if that's changed. It used to be that if you were a Machine Empire, everybody hated you, hated your guts, and this is actually quite curious that these are in good shape. I could get an alliance if I really wanted to. I don't. I want my maximum resources or my influence. It seems like we're in actually really good shape. You know, it also helps that I'm a xenophile with charismatic leader, but generally speaking, that's not too shabby. Okay, so we are going to continue on. I think this is probably my next obvious option. Where's my other... Okay, he's kind of backfilling. That's the reason why. Yep. Okay, so Draconius Prime. So what's what we got here? I need food, so it seems only natural that I would get her going on that. And while we're at it, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at my policies. This would be a kind of a good segue here to do this. I'm going to put my food capacity to balance, which will give me a total total reserve of 1,000 food. And we can take a look at some of these different edicts. Some of these edicts are super powerful, and they go right across the board. Unfortunately, my energy is way low. But these three in particular, these four, so the top three are actually very powerful. You can see here for 1,000 energy, I get an 11-year, 6-month bonus of plus 20% to my growth. Minus 15% consumer cost for the recycling campaign, and the education campaign is 25% leader gain. Now that's a massive bonus for just 1,000, especially early. That growth one, especially really early on, that's money. So there's lots of different things you can actually spend your
Survey complete.
there's lots of different things that you're able to spend your minerals on and your energy on. And with the way that they've redone the costing of like major fleets, I didn't find myself in the games that I've been playing both on screen and off screen to have an abundance of resources. Everything seemed to be tightened up a little bit. Now that being said, I haven't gone into the super late game very often without having one particular goal in mind. So I definitely can't just talk to everybody's game, especially when it comes to some of the min-maxers that you can get, who could really pop out some excellent. Oh, good, we got that going. Excellent production when it comes to min-maxing not only an empire but the actual pops themselves. Okay. I don't know if I really want to get... I don't know if these star systems are truthfully very worth it. As I'm kind of looking at my western front, I don't know if it would be worth the additional border friction or to slink out this way when it looks like my eastern front is completely unopposed. Oh, good. Fleet logistics officer, why not? It's not too shabby.
Construction complete.
Okay, so we got plus 19, so we kind of really got out of that hole rather quickly, and you can tell the way that the game is set up. Your minerals and resources that you have in and around your different systems are massive. Like, as you can see here, every system's got something. There's no such thing as a useless system now. In fact, the only one that might be useless is one where you have like a Leviathan kicking around, but generally everyone's teeming with goodies, which is interesting because, and I was saying earlier, it takes away from the powerhouse that planets have become between star points and what you're gaining in each individual star system. Planets don't have the value they used to have, and this is another reason that they have they're probably more valuable to try to get as many colonies early. As if you look here in this pull down, each planet, I've got 2 different planets at 5%. So every planet's 5% because you got to remember the first planet doesn't count, right? Your first one when it comes to your tech malice. So I'm kind of showing you this dropout window here, and it's like, hey, I've got 17 systems at 2% per system minus my original system. I think that's the way it's going to go. That's the reason why my tech, it's like the larger your border is, the more tech malice you have. It used to be entirely based on your colonies, the systems that you own to a lesser degree, and your pops. It's 180 now. So for the people that were kind of a little bit curious about building tall is far more viable now in terms of being able to take a small area and then turtle using all of your spaceports. Of course, it's all dependent on making sure that you get a good starting location, but that's true for all tall abilities, I think. You know, I'm feeling like I'm somehow... Like, if I really wish I could just find out who... Oh, just when I was talking, something comes up. It looks like we've got our first fallen empire, stagnant intensity. They're agnatic observers. So they're xenophile, that's good. They're going to love us. And he says, humans, how delightful. We haven't expected to counter you for a few centuries yet. Personally, I thought you would have wiped yourselves out long before leaving your gravity well. But I'm glad to have been proven wrong. It's nice to meet you, Tamadar? Oh, wow. This is... Now, you got to remember, if I remember correctly, and it's been a day or two and a couple beers, but that being said, I thought that for sure I had, 14? Maybe 12 or 13 maybe? AI? Plus 2 fallen empires and some marauders. I've already encountered, including myself, 4, 5, right here. Means that someone's probably got a fair bit of space up here in the northern part of the map, and it's probably someone that's going to be, an absolute danger to have them grow exponentially, like, I don't know, Ice Mania's personal, empire, or the Little Shop of Horrors empire. Well, it looks like he's got open borders. Always good to have open borders with a fallen empire. Although, I have now really restricted where I can actually go. I think that maybe I should be taking this option on the western flank. Okay, so I'm building up resources pretty good here. I think what I'm going to start doing is getting some upgrades. What are we going to do down here? Energy looks good. I think we're going to be putting you on... Look at that haircut. You're rocking it, girl. No, actually, I think I'm going to put you on for a monument. I always try to keep my my unity as high as I possibly can. What is going on? He wants a pop anyway. I'm not going to read this whole thing because I've done this quite a few times. So the agnatic observers they have basically an endangered species preserve, which is a giant planet with various different species on it. But the explorminate exterminator, or sorry, that was in my previous Let's Play, the explormination about freedom. And we will not give up an individual at any cost. Our people are not for sale. Unfortunately, you cannot have us. It might tick him off a little bit, but you know what? He'll have to live with that. And in that, we get our nice research tech. Awesome. We kind of talked a little bit about this before. Maybe we should have robots. Why not? Everybody loves robots. Oh, now he's cut off. He's cut us off. Is he still ticked off? Oh, he's not that bad, considering how much he loved us to begin with. No, we're not giving up any pops. Now, that being said, we can go to our ship designer and get our destroyer going. Do I have... I do not. I was going to say, I didn't think I had any... Didn't think I had any space or point defense. Not that we really have an enemy to worry about, but that's always good. And afterburners. Afterburners are very viable, and I think I mentioned that in the previous one. Okay, I think we're in good shape there. Good. Give us a chance to build some destroyers when we're ready. I think I am going to shift focus and kind of turn up here and see what we got in the northeastern locations. What do we got over here? My construction ships are really slow. I was kind of hoping to be ahead of the game a little bit. Okay, so
Complete. Spaceport under attack.
what's going on here? Our deep space tracking array at Draconius Prime has made an alarming discovery. A large asteroid is heading towards our planet on a collision course. Should it impact the surface, the consequences would be disastrous.
Log updated.
Oh, look at this. My outpost is attacking it. I wonder what kind of damage it's doing. It's doing pretty long range damage. Ah, well, we'll get the fleet over here. It's good practice. All right. Draconia Prime is our first colony, and we needed to succeed.
Construction complete.
It's the highlight of all humanity's creation. I think I'm going to shift gears and build an outpost here. Perfect. And while we're at it, we're going to look at this fleet manager and see if I can make heads or tails of this thing. Okay, destroyer. I want 2 destroyers at 600. Looks good. And the comet's destroyed, and I got 900 minerals. Yip, yip, yip. One button that absolutely needs to be made in this game, and I found this, and you'll probably find it too when you play the game for the first time, is it needs to go back to home base. Because every time you want it to go home base, it'll go to the home star. You don't, because it's not surrounding your planet anymore, right? It's just frustrating. I want it to be able to click and go back to the home base. If I click on it, it just tells me that it's going to change it. There's no go to. And if there is, and you guys know about it, you guys need to tell me. If there's a hotkey or something like that that I'm completely unaware of, I'm ignorant to, let me know, please.
Construction complete.
Wicked. We got our Unity filled up, so that's pretty good. I think I am going to slink over here, and I have enough minerals that I'm actually going to build a 3rd construction ship. This is me, just the typical way that I play. This is all just wasted. Right now, if I'm not developing these different anodes, it's a complete waste of time. And we need to get... The eXplormination needs to be productive if they're going to not be boxed in. And I got enough influence that we can do that because our faction is really, really happy with us. That's another one of those things when it comes to democracy. You're just teeming with influence because your factions are typically happy, unless you muck around with them pretty bad. But yeah, that's never a good idea. So if we got enough minerals, we've got enough everything going on. There's no reason why we shouldn't do that. And I think I am going to upgrade gun battery, torpedo base. Yeah, we're going to do a gun battery here. So you can see here on the star bases, I haven't gotten too into the star bases just yet. So you'll notice that as I go down here, you've got modules and then you've got your buildings. As you upgrade, you'll be able to unlock more. But each one of these has a different modifier. Some of them give your ships better hull points, better ship points. And you can increase your naval capacity, but you can't your fleet capacity, because your fleet capacity is how large you can have one particular fleet with a certain number of ships, and every ship has a little bit of a different rating on your fleet. So basically that means that if you take all your fleet capacities and add them together, that's not necessarily true because they're not additive. Anyway, you can have your fleet cap that you don't pay additional on. Sorry, let's go back here. Your naval capacity is exactly the way it was with 1.9, so it's a soft cap. As far as I can tell, your fleet cap is, your fleet size can only be, or your command limit usage. That's what your command limit is, how big your fleet can be, and you cannot go over that. And that's the encouragement, of course, to build bigger fleets, or to build multiple fleets. But you can increase that with tech and, I believe, some ascension perks. We're going to go fusion power because that's something we're going to need as we start to add on our fleets. Boy, oh boy, I've got a lot of money, and that pretty much means that we should be looking at colonizing again. It's 65%, which isn't great. Where would I build that? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. So now that we got that extra minerals, we're going to do another colony. There's no reason for us not to. In fact, if you're watching this if you're watching this, oh, we got another trait. What do we get? Oh, substance abuser. Well, what can you say? You only live once.
Technology discovered.
There's no reason why you shouldn't absolutely consume as many planets as you possibly can. The only thing that I think that it's a malice on, and I'll double check right now. It has a 20% for your tradition cost. But so do your systems. I'll tell you, Unity is going to be a sought after commodity in 2.0. I'm glad they put that slider in. Okay, what do we got here? Naval capacity. I don't need any more bases. Let's go here. I like my clears blockers.
Evading hostiles.
What's going on here? Okay, I got some space aliens. Nothing to be concerned about. Okay, construction ship is going on. We're going to not even bother building that. We're going to take this juicy outpost and get that 10 minerals going, because that's what you really want. Yeah, so what I've noticed is that I'm not getting a lot of diplomatic channels here, which is a little funny.
Anomaly detected.
Everybody seems to be liking me, but... And this is probably one of those things that I was talking about when it comes to the early part of the game. It doesn't... Because, Ooh, that's not bad. Because you, everybody's so focused on extending your borders, unless you're getting crushed in with an enemy that you don't really like, there's no real reason to go to war right away. It kind of takes a long time in the game to kind of fill that up. Like you can see right here, I'm rounding to 2230 and, you know, pretty fast. And
Complete.
I've got 2 colonies, and I'm about to work on my 3rd.
Complete.
It's just gaining all that ground is just so important. Yeah, we're gonna go that way and research. Yeah, this looks good. And because I'm not really being boxed in, and there isn't really too much threats around me, especially now that the rogue servitors don't seem to be ticked off. Like, I mean, I can even form a non-aggression pact with them, and you know, why not? I'm going to. It's all about being friendly robots. Oh, what's this? What's this? What's this? What's this? Oh, this is interesting. Let's see what we got here. A Muscoid ship. What's this? 2 of them. I wonder if they're the same alien race. They had 2.
Construction.
Would they have 2 of the same type of? That's weird. 2 science ships in the same sector doing the exact same job. That's terrible government inefficiency, if you're asking me. Okay. Let's get some upgrades going. We're going to... Oh, we can't upgrade that one yet. Okay, that's fine. And here we go. You know what we could do, now that we're reaching this, we can actually do that edict that I've been talking about. The land clearance. This will give me 1 extra tile. 500 energy and why not? Let's see what it looks like. It says 1, but I thought it was supposed to be 1 to 3. Come on, roll the dice. What do we got? And we got 1 extra one. Well, so and it's food. I don't even need food. Whatever. We'll use that for something different. An extra tile on your capital is always very much appreciated, because let's face it, later on when you start doing unlocking certain techs. Well, tragic. Here it is, the Titanic spread. Where are you? And that's... Where are you? First contact with the Titanic spread. Okay, tragic. We are the Titanic spread, a nation built on the principles of peaceful isolation and individual freedoms. Prime Minister Kuldadad, the current head of our government, requests that you leave us be and pursue your nefarious alien agendas away from our territory. Yeah, he's about as pleasant as he looks. We pursue true equality, do not stand in our way, and there he is. So we can, there he is. This is a perfect opportunity to kind of look at the landscape of what we're going to be playing against in the next couple episodes. We've met the Titanic spread, and our borders are now going to be very much tightened. And as a peaceful nation, I think that our options may have to be ones of creating some type of an alliance, or perhaps forcibly making sure that all sentient beings in this galaxy experience and enjoy the pure freedoms that we do here at the eXplormination. It's going to be an interesting one. So what I am going to do for the next episode, everybody, is I'm going to just continually spread my borders, and I'm hoping that by some type of interesting galactic event, I will start recording again. This is really interesting. It's a lot different than I thought it was going to be, but I'm glad at least some of the our 4 members are getting to see their hard work and their creations come to life. Perfect. Okay, everybody, this has been Army P. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.